Who is the most overpowered Skylander from each element? Starting with the air element, we got Wildstorm. Wildstorm is just a really tanky and really strong Skylander, and the fact that his weakest move is his Sky Chi when they're usually overpowered just shows how good he is compared to every other figure. For the earth element, it was an easy pick with Wallop. He just does a lot of damage, insanely fast, just another powerful melee Skylander. For the fire element, I went with Spitfire. Spitfire is not only really fast, but also does a lot of damage, and I personally have done multiple solo runs on Nightmare mode, only using Spitfire and not even dying once because of how good he is. For the life element, I went with Camo. I think he's kind of underrated, but he does a lot of damage. He is a ranged Skylander, which does help, and he can heal himself. For magic, I went with an underrated Skylander with Deja Vu. If you watch the gameplay, she has a very high DPS. She is doing a lot of damage to a lot of enemies at once, and she heals herself by her clone taking damage, which is just overpowered. For tech, there was no other option than Drobot. This man is just a laser, and you can easily beat the first 3 games just using him. Like, he is that good that you could solo run Nightmare Mode Giants with him and you'd be fine. For the undead element, I went with Night Shift. He is the only swapper on this list, but it's because he has lifesteal and he has multiple lives. So he's just designed to never die, and if he does, you're fine. For the water element, this one was hard because I feel like no Skylander truly stands out as OP, but I went with Deep Dive Gilgrunt because it is just Gilgrunt, but a lot better. He's a lot faster, and he does a lot more damage, so just making him a better version of Gilgrunt, who is already one of the better Skylanders from the water element. For the light element, I went with one of my personal favorite Skylanders with Nightlight. Him being a Trap Master already makes him better than most Skylanders, and he just does a lot of damage, and he can stun enemies, which is very useful, especially as a melee Skylander. For the dark element, I went with Starcast. Him and Hoodsicle are both really good, but I feel like he's a little better than him, but those two are clearly better than the other 3 dark Skylanders. And with the Chaos element, this one was really hard. Had to sit down and think for a long time, and I went with Chaos. I know that's a shocker, but like, you got Chaos, or you got Chaos, or you got Chaos, or Chaos. I know, it's a really difficult choice, so I had to go with Chaos.